people, don't look at me. Okay. So, these elderly people were very much interested in going to see that Nishabd picture. Now, what's happening? How does it happen? I told people, who are you to judge here whether a 70-year-old man can fall in love with a 20-year-old girl or vice versa? No, it's their life. But they said they will go. Then the younger women in the college where I teach, they said, sir, they call me Rashid sir, because respect for my white hair, nothing else. That's Indian culture, you know, they respect elderly people. Whether they deserve it or not, that's a different thing. So they turned to me and said, sir, you are not going to see Nishabd. All the elderly people are going to see Nishabd. I said, why should I see Nishabd, go and see other people's Nishabd, when I live in Nishabd myself? Okay, so it's a question of attitude, whether you consider yourself old or not, okay. But winners will break these barriers, you see. As I told you, I give you an example. 80-year-old woman gave herself a birthday gift by enrolling for a paragliding course. Okay. I think George Bernard Shaw wrote some of his best works after the age of 73. Right? Some of you may be knowing that, isn't it? Okay. In fact, you know, when I went for an interview at one place a couple of years ago, not 4-5 years ago, they said, Mr. Merchant, that time I was a little more dignified, it was Mr. Merchant. Mr. Merchant, everything is okay about you, but your age, we want somebody younger, much younger, you know. Then I said, okay, it's fine, I appreciate that you want somebody younger, but let's explore why you want somebody younger. Obviously, you want somebody younger because he will be more energetic, he'll be more enthusiastic, he'll be very enthusiastic and energetic. I assure you that I'll be as enthusiastic and as energetic as any 18-year-old or a 20-year-old. So you need not have any qualms about that. Plus, I have something which no youngster has, which is maturity, judgment, experience, which can come only with age. Okay? I got the job. Okay. What I'm saying is that don't let others define. You cannot be in there are certain situations in which age matters. For example, even if you're brilliant enough to be an IAS officer, but if you're past 30, 35, whatever age is there, you can't be that. Or you can't join an army. So those rules apply to those things. But nobody can stop you from blossoming and becoming successful. That's the whole point, okay? So that is the second barrier, age. Third is security. Most of us get caught in this trap of security, or what are known as comfort zones. We are not willing to branch out. We want to play safe. A winner is willing to gamble, take risk. Like Helen Keller said, the winner believes life is a daring adventure or nothing else. If it's not a daring adventure, it's not anything else. Okay. So winner will take risks. And last is the grip of the past. Past failure, P-A-S-T, what has gone. Many of us are caught with the past failures. Oh, I did this one, I didn't succeed, I had started a business. I know a friend who 10 years ago bought some shares in the stock market. Till today he's not buying shares because he lost at that time. Instead of making it as a learning experience as to why, because he was impulsively did some buying, he did not care to study the market, etc. There are people who are making money on the stock market, and if you are interested, you can try learning it. But no, they are caught in the grip of past mistakes. What has happened in the past keeps on holding them back, you know. That is a psychological barrier which the winners break free, you know. Because the winner knows that yesterday is a cancelled check. You know what's a cancelled check? Nobody will pay you money on that. Tomorrow is a promissory note. Nobody knows what will happen. And today is, what is that? Bearer check? Yeah, not in bearer check, because in bearer check is that this is I know I was in a bank, no, people go on strike, you won't get money. Your money will be lying in the bank. Yeah, it is ready cash, use it. So the winner keeps using the moment that he has. Doesn't allow himself to get too much caught in the grip of past mistakes. Want me to continue more? Yes. Okay. Some more qualities? Okay. What else does the winner do? Okay, we'll talk about that. Unconditional self-acceptance. What else?
Good self-esteem.
Good self-esteem, excellent. What else?
Positive thinking.
Positive attitude, positive thinking. Fine, excellent.
He looks forward for a brighter day.
He looks forward to a brighter day. Okay. I'll give some more characteristics. Fine, all that are right only. In fact, if you had told me earlier, we would not have this class on lecture only. He has a defined goal. Excellent. Yeah. So all of you know that.
Focused.
Focus. Okay, fine. So a winner is first goal directed. Goal directed. He has goals, definite goals, and definite action plans to achieve goals. Somebody has mentioned that. All of you said, everybody's answer was right only. Everybody's answer. So winner is goal directed. In fact, the best winners are those who put their goals in writing. And they look at their goals almost every day. Because writing crystallizes your thinking, clarifies your thinking, and writing also serves as a reminder. The top 3% who have made money in USA all have written goals. I told you we can talk for one day on goal setting, but it's important. A winner is goal directed. He always has goals and he has definite plans to achieve this goal. Second is what you said. A winner is goal directed. A winner is a winner is self-motivated. You know, motivation are generally of three kinds. One is fear motivation. If you don't do this, I'll do this. That's how religions have grown on this fear motivation. You'll go to hell. Or incentive motivation, you'll go to heaven. In corporate life, you'll get bonus, you'll get... Now what happens is that fear, as the saying goes, when the cat is away, the mouse will play. So the moment the fear is away, people will come back to this thing. No, it's like elastic. And incentive is also okay. In the beginning, it might stimulate you a little, but after some time, your incentive becomes routine, taken for granted. That's why every year the BMC employees go on strike. Isn't it? Every time they get some increment, they're happy for some time, then again they go. Because that has become routine. They've forgotten that when they joined, it was 400 rupees salary and now it is 40,000 rupees. They will talk about other things because... Okay. So, a winner does not depend on outer circumstances for his motivation. He's self-motivated. He's inner motivated. He directs himself. Okay. Nobody has to tell Sachin Tendulkar to practice. Does anybody? In fact, they have to tell him not to practice. You may get injured, you're tired, etc. If he's interested in playing 50-50 overs cricket, he learns to adapt himself to that. If he has to play 20-20, he learns to adapt himself to that. And he's not bothered that he's already 36 or 37 years old. Everybody else in the world is talking about Sachin's retirement, except Sachin. Have you noticed that? He's the only one who's not talking about his retirement. Everybody else is talking. Somebody like Brian Lara says he can still go on. Somebody says he has already passed this thing, but he's not telling it. He just goes there and he does whatever he can do. Okay. So goal-directed, self-motivated. Third is, as somebody said, is a healthy self-image. Self-image is very important. What do you mean by self-image? Tell us.
Think about the good posture. Don't think other people that you mistake.
Yeah, okay. Don't think other people?
Get a
Criticize? Okay. No, but what is your self-image? What do you are?
Confusion-free.
Confusion-free. Self-image? Healthy respect for self.
I know what I can do.
I know what I can do. Is it pride, arrogance? No.
Not necessary.
Confidence, self-esteem is the word. Self-respect, self-esteem, self-image. Self-image or self-esteem, in simple words, is how you rate yourself. Self. What do you think about yourself? Do you, from the core of your being, genuinely believe that you deserve success, prosperity, happiness, joy? Winners have that self-esteem. There are many people who have talents, who work hard, but they don't get what they want because of low self-esteem. Simple example is South African cricket team. Have they ever won an international tournament? They have been the best team for so long. See the Indian team, whenever self-belief is there, they have climbed on the top of the table. There are sportsmen who get injured just one day before the final event, major event. There are students who fall ill a couple of days before the examinations. Okay, there are public speakers who catch a cold and cough 3 hours before the assignment. Okay, because basically they don't believe that they deserve it. Mind you, every success is created twice. First in the mind and then in the world outside. So also every failure, unfortunately. You fail in your mind first and then you go out and fail. So winner has a healthy self-image. And another point is the winner has a positive, what did you say, attitude. He knows what he is, etc. He accepts. He doesn't criticize himself, but he tries to improve. Acceptance doesn't mean that he is sitting on his laurel. He tries to improve, but he accepts it. He accepts that he is 5 feet 4 inches tall only, or short. Sachin is not crying that he is not tall. He accepts that he is short. Somebody will accept that he is fat. Somebody may accept that he is not so good in speaking English, but he'll try to improve that.